And now we're bringing you in-depth coverage. WPRI.com reporter Dan McGowan joining me in studio now. Dan, you were at today's hearing, and a judge said that the union and the city have reached an agreement that the firefighters do have a contract in place now. So what does that mean for these platoon changes?
So it doesn't mean a whole lot for the changes. The key thing here is that the city basically, they had made one argument as part of this entire legal battle that they didn't think that the contract was even valid. They said that it was too long. They said the city council and the former mayor, Angel Tavares, never should have approved the contract. Basically, they withdrew that argument. But as far as the platoon changes, that's still being negotiated. They agreed to go to a mediation over it. So the changes have happened, but they're still trying to figure out compensation.
Yeah, it sounds like the heart of the issue is still very much unresolved. So what does that mean for the union?
Yeah, so the union, as part of when the city said, look, we don't think this contract is valid, the union fired back basically and said, if the contract's not valid, we don't think our pension reform settlement from 2013 is valid. That saved the city millions and millions of dollars. We're talking $20 million potentially. And so that kind of raised alarms all over the place. I was getting calls nonstop from lawyers, people saying this is a big deal.
Right.
Now, because the city says, yes, we think there's a contract in place, the union says, no problem, we're not going to move forward arguing that the pension settlement shouldn't happen.
So by withdrawing this, they kind of took an entire other problem for the city off the table.
Absolutely.
Okay. So do we know when the city and the union hope to resolve all of these issues?
We really don't. You know, we know that they're in mediation now, that they were meeting, in fact, earlier on today. So that conversation is going to happen. Hopefully they'll reach a deal there. If that doesn't happen, a judge will end up deciding it, potentially sending it to arbitration, something like that. But this could be a long legal fight if they don't reach a settlement.
All right, and we know that you will be following that long legal fight the whole time. WPRI.com reporter Dan McGowan, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks.
And you can read Dan's whole report on the negotiations between the city and its firefighters right now at WPRI.com.